Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to session number 2 of the Swim England East Region Festival of Swimming 2021, where you join us live here from Sportspark, Norwich. We've had a fantastic morning of swimming thus far, the 400 metres freestyle, the 400 metres individual medley, and of course that incredibly fast sprint-based event, the 100 metres butterfly. We've got a fantastic array, well, only 2 events for you this session, with the 200 metres breaststroke for the men and the 200 metres butterfly for the women. And we will be starting very shortly, but it gives me great pleasure to welcome our officials onto poolside and to inform you that the lead referee for session number 2 is Jerry Metcalf. She's joined on poolside by Ian Knight, who is our second referee. And the starter for today's session is Dave Robinson. And of course, I am delighted, as per usual, to be joined in the commentary box by the wonderful Chris Maloney.
Good afternoon, Ralph. Well, first of all, I have an announcement to make. Can we have competitors, please, for the 200-metre breaststroke to the marshalling area as a matter of urgency? First 4 heats are required now, please. So boys, if you are in the 200-metre breaststroke, first 4 heats, can you please make your way to the marshalling area immediately?
And just to remind you at home, if you have missed any of the action, if you want to re-watch it, catch up, it is available on the YouTube channel, and of course the results for the previous session and indeed the start sheets for this session are also available online at the Swim England East Region Twitter page.
And so we get this session underway with event 121 at the boys 200-metre breaststroke, heat number 1. So off we go. This event will be swum in a total of 11 heats. In this first heat we have in lane 1, Lucas Kreinor from Linslade Crusaders. In lane 2, it's Simon Piacecki from Witham Dolphins. In lane 3, Finley Roberts from Witham Dolphins. Lane 4, William Ratton from City of Cambridge. Lane 5, Frank Jacob from City of Cambridge. In lane 6, it's Ollie Fenwick from Verulam. Lane 7 is Will Riley from Team Ipswich. And in lane 8, it's Owen Roberts from Luton. Good start by Simon Piacecki in lane 2, leading from Finley Roberts and then Will Ratton as they go through the 50-metre turn. Very close for a first heat. Lanes 2 to 7 almost in a line. Simon just holding on for Witham Dolphins. Although in lane 4 now, Will Ratton starting to come through. Will Riley in 7 for Team Ipswich also going into the 100-metre turn. It is Will Ratton leading just by 0.2 from Will Riley. Ollie Fenwick in 3rd now. Watching the different swimmers on the breaststroke, you can see the difference in technique. There are those who do a much shorter, faster stroke and those who take a much longer stroke. Going into the 150-metre turn, it is still Will Ratton just on 2:26.77 from Will Riley, 2:28.05, only quarter of a second behind. Frank Jacob now in 3rd, Ollie Fenwick in 4th. "25 metres to go, still not much in it, barely a metre separating our first 4. From up here it looks like it's just Will Riley for Team Ipswich by barely half a metre. Coming into the final 5, Frank Jacob challenging as well. As they come into the touch though, it is Will Riley for Team Ipswich in lane 7 takes the heat. 2nd goes to Will Ratton from Cambridge, 3rd to Frank Jacob, also for City of Cambridge. And confirmation of your results there for the first heat of the men's 200 breaststroke. Event 121, the boys 200 metre breaststroke, heat number 2. So the second heat gets underway. In lane 1 we have Finley Neve for Dis Otters. In lane 2, Oscar Shawani for Flitwick. Lane 3 is Leo Suo Saunders for Bishop Stortford. Lane 4, George Little for Modernians. Lane 5, Harrison Brook for Colchester. In lane 6, Dimitris Grakovs for Harlow. And in lane 7, Obalolu Bankoli for Thurrock. So good start for Finley Neve for Dis Otters over the far side in lane 1, 38.39. Almost 2 seconds clear of Harrison Brook for Colchester second and George Little for Modernians in third. Very strong first 100, but it is now Harrison Brook for Colchester starting to close down Finley Neve for Dis Otters, coming up to the 100-metre turn. Finley's 2-second lead has dropped to 0.3 now from Harrison second, George Little third and Dimitris in fourth. George Little in lane 4 now challenging Harrison Brook for second as they head down to the 150-metre turn. Still Finley Neve for Dis Otters over the far side in lane 1 leading. "150 metres down through the turn goes Finley Neve, 2:14.44. His lead back up to a second from George Little second and Harrison Brook a whisker behind in third. George now challenging for the lead, looking very strong in this final 50. Looks like he's just about half a metre ahead of Finley Neve now. 20 metres to go. Still George coming into the final 10. Finley being pressured by Harrison now as they come into the final 5 metres. It's going to be George Little for Modernians who takes it. Second goes to Harrison Brook for Colchester and Finley Neve for Dis Otters taking third. And there we have confirmation of the Heat 2 results. Event 121, the boys 200 metre breaststroke, Heat number 3. Referee. In lane 1 we have Ben Every from St Felix, lane 2 Alban Gill from Harpenden, lane 3 Lewis Allen from Basildon Phoenix, lane 4 Charlie Ruddle from Team Ipswich, lane 5 Joseph Clark from Stowmarket, lane 6 Joshua Shepherd from Thurrock, lane 7 is Jeremy Godwin also from Thurrock, and in lane 8 Ewan Legson from Modernians. Charlie Ruddle first through the turn for Team Ipswich, 39.94. Ben Every close behind and Josh Shepherd in third. Good second 50 from Jeremy Godwin for Thurrock in lane 6. He's now coming through to take the lead. Charlie Ruddell just half a metre or so behind in second as they go through the 100 metre turn. Josh's lead just a whisker under 1 second. Lewis Allen now third, Ben Every in fourth. Josh Shepherd pulling clear now as he heads away from us, some 2 metres now from Charlie Ruddell for Team Ipswich second. Ben Every and Lewis Allen battling hard for third in lanes 1 and 3 over the far side. That lead just under 1 second through the last turn, going through 150 metres. Josh on 2:11.71, still holding that 1 second lead over Charlie Ruddell in second. Lewis in third, Ben Every in fourth, only half a second separating those two. On their way back for the final time. Josh Shepherd for Thurrock still a couple of metres clear. Charlie coming under serious pressure from Lewis now in this final 25 metres. Lewis Allen for Basildon Phoenix coming through into second. Charlie responding, but it's the last couple of metres for Josh Shepherd. He takes the heat in 2:56.94. At the touch, second goes to Lewis Allen and third to Charlie Ruddell. Moving on to event 121, the boys 200 metre breaststroke, heat number 4, referee. In lane 1 we have George Prince for Hatfield. In lane 2, Joe Verstraussy for Flitwick. Lane 3 is Ben Howlett for Team Ipswich. Lane 4, Patch Robinson for Team Ipswich. Lane 5, James Williamson for City of Cambridge. Lane 6 is Ross Wilt for City of Cambridge. Lane 7, Charlie McKinnon for St Felix. And in lane 8, Massimo Girolami for Colchester. Strong start by George Prince for Hatfield over the far side in lane 1, 36.53. Leading from Patch Robinson second and Ben Howlett in third. George's lead was 0.7 at the last timed turn. Coming up to the 100 metre mark, he seems to have stretched it a little. It's 3 metres or more. He goes through in 1:18.74. Patch going through 1:21.39. He's pulled it out to 2.5 seconds now. James Williamson for City of Cambridge third. Ross Wilt, City of Cambridge in fourth. George continuing, heading down to the far end, still looking very strong indeed. That lead now seems to have got to about 5 or 6 metres. Going through the final turn, 1:59.31 split. He's pulled it out even more now to 5 seconds plus from Patch Robinson. James Williamson third, Ben Howlett in fourth. George Prince with an entry time for this event of 3:04.43. Well, he's got 25 metres to go. That's looking like it's going to come under serious threat, that entry time. Still extending the lead. 7 or 8 metres now into the final 10. George is just racing the clock. He's going to be way under 3 minutes. Coming in at 2:42 for a fantastic time there for George Prince from Hatfield. Second goes to Patch Robinson for Team Ipswich. And at the touch by 4/100ths, James Williamson takes third from Ross Wilt in fourth. Event 121, the boys 200 metre breaststroke. We're on to heat number 5. Referee. In lane 1 we have Sandys Chechins for Colchester. Lane 2, Finley Arnott for Norwich Swan. Lane 3, Ryan Wall for City of Cambridge. Lane 4 is Benjamin Taggart for Watford. Lane 5, Ewan Thompson for St Neots. Lane 6 is Samuel Winslow for City of Cambridge. So Sandy is going very strongly for City of Colchester over the far side, 36.77. Half a second ahead of Sam Winslow second and Ewan Thompson in third. Sam Winslow having a very good second 50, starting to put a little pressure on Sandys as they come up to the 100 metre mark. That lead was half a second for Sandys at the 50 metre turn. This time it's 0.02. Sam closing right down. Ewan Thompson in third. Ben Taggart for Watford in fourth. Sandy's looking like he's upped the ante a little bit, pulling clear again as they go down to the 150 metre turn. Ewan and Samuel still neck and neck as they go into the turn. That 0.02 being stretched out to over 3 seconds on that leg. Has Sandy's gone for home a little early? That is the question. Ben Taggart in lane 4 now kicking for home. He's challenging for second. Also coming through Ryan Wall for Cambridge. Sandy's still ahead, but he's being pressured a little now by Benjamin Taggart for Watford. 15 metres to go. Sandy's still a couple of metres clear. Ben Taggart finishing very strongly though, closing down with each stroke. Coming into the final 5, it's going to be very close. Ben closing with every stroke. At the touch, Sandy's holding on to take it by 12/100ths from Ben Taggart second, Ryan Wall taking third. And there you have your results for the Heat 5. Event 121, the boys 200 metre breaststroke, heat number 6. Referee.
Moving swiftly on then to heat number 6 in lane number 1, we have Zach Troman from Colchester. Lane 2, James Groupier from Harlow Penguins. Lane 3, Harry Stagg from Basildon and Phoenix. Lane 4, Jack Renouf from Hoddesdon. Lane 5, Lucas Hartley from Hatfield. Lane 6, Luca Page from West Suffolk. Lane 7, Austin Harlop from the City of Cambridge. And in lane number 8, Ben Buckley of the City of Norwich. I recognise some of these names from this morning, the 400 metres freestyle. In first position then after the 50, Jack Renouf, 33.86, 2 seconds between him and the individual in second position. Looking very strong so far. A good swim so far from Zach in lane number 1 as well. Certainly not the spearhead formation one would expect to see in a seeded heat such as this. But as they come into the halfway stage, it still looks like it's going to be Jack in lane number 4 of Hoddesdon, 1:15.21. Nearly 2 seconds there between him and Lucas Hartley. Ben Buckley, Luca Page, very close together indeed. Zach Troman in lane number 1, also in that possible third positioning here. But it looks like Lucas is starting to make a break for it here. It's very, very close up in front. It's going to be very interesting to see the time difference on the turn. Lanes 4 and 5 though, Zach Renouf and Lucas Hartley of Hoddesdon and Hatfield. Both individuals, both athletes from Hertfordshire. And at the turn then, Lucas Hartley takes the lead, nearly 2 seconds behind is Jack Renouf. Ben Buckley as well, he's starting to come up in this 200 metre breaststroke, but Hatfield's Lucas Hartley doing fantastically well here, looking incredibly strong. That beautiful glide as he's coming into the final leg of this 200. On the bottom of your screens, ladies and gentlemen, Ben Buckley of the City of Norwich doing fantastically well as well. He's coming in second position at the moment. But it does in fact look like it's going to be Lucas Hartley of Hatfield who takes the win here. He's going to be coming in on a time of 2:41.68. Ben Buckley of the City of Norwich gets second, 2:43.54. And Luca Page gets the third position, 2:43.71. An excellent swim there from Lucas Hartley, who managed to come back on that back leg. Absolutely fantastic. I think he'll probably be doing something like that in training, but well done to him. Some fantastic times there. Some fantastic PBs. And confirmation of those results for heat number 6 on your screen now. Heat 7, referee. The vast majority of these athletes having entry times below 2:50. Are they going to be able to do it? We've had some very quick times thus far in the heats. In lane number 1, we have Harry Fazy from the City of Norwich. Lane 2, Daniel Kendall, City of Ely. Lane 3, William Buckley from Watford. Lane 4, William Presland from Bushy. Lane 5, Oliver Blight from Hatfield. Lane 6, Lewis Andrews from Norwich Swan. Lane 7, Ethan Angel from Team Ipswich. And in lane number 8, Richard Vanstone of Chelmsford. Ethan Angel there leading the way, Richard Vanstone in second, Lewis Andrews in third. Not much in it at all between those top 4. Still all to play for with 150 metres to go. Most of the action, though, does look like it's happening on the right-hand side of the pool, the bottom of your screen for those ladies and gents watching at home. A very strong swim thus far from Chelmsford's Richard Vanstone in lane number 8. He's being flanked on his left-hand side by Ethan Angel and Lewis Andrews, both of, respectively from the Team Ipswich and Norwich Swan. At the turn then, Richard Vanstone, 1:16.68. Ethan Angel nearly, well, over a second behind, 1:17.93, and Lewis Andrews in third position here. Really strong swimming from Richard Vanstone on this, in this latter half of the race. He's really starting to leave those other boys in his wake. Richard Vanstone, though, of Chelmsford, doing incredibly well. Second position is going to be a battle against Ethan Angel and Lewis Andrews in lane 7 and 6. And final 50 metres then for Richard Vanstone, 1:59.72. Lewis Andrews just gets in there second at the moment at the turn, and Ethan Angel in third position. Down towards the lower end of the spectrum, Harry Fazy, Daniel Kendall, William Buckley, all on very similar times at that turn. But it is Richard Vanstone who has had a fantastic 200 metres breaststroke here. He's really looking incredibly strong. He's looked incredibly strong throughout the whole race, and he's going to carry on until he comes into the final few metres now. He's going to be more than happy to hit the wall, I'm sure. Lewis Andrews from Norwich Swan pulling in front of Ethan Angel. But it is, as we say, it's going to be Richard Vanstone of Chelmsford, 2:43.71. Lewis Andrews in second position, 2:47.03. And Ethan Angel in lane number 7. He's third with a time of 2:50.23. Some fantastic swims there, particularly from Richard Vanstone, nearly a 7-second PB there. Confirmation of those results on your screen now. Moving swiftly on to heat number 8, referee. Glennon Lee of Harlow Penguins goes in 1, lane 2 from Linsdale, Ashton Neo, lane 3 Timo DeWilt from City of Cambridge, lane 4 Josh Martin of the City of Peterborough, lane 5 Thomas Deaton of Newmarket, Luke Payne of Hatfield goes in 6, Edward Ormsby in lane number 7 of the City of Cambridge, and in lane number 8 Henry Dyke of Norwich Swan here. At the 50 metre mark then, Timo DeWilt in lane number 1. Touching first, Glennon Lee in second. The athletes trying to stick together, trying to pace off each other. Perhaps giving a good back end leg, pushing them in front, but lane number 7, Edward Ormsby of the City of Cambridge, pulling in front of the rest of the pack here. He's followed in lane number 4 by Josh Martin, but it is Edward Ormsby who's touching first at the moment, 1:14.44, the fastest 100 split we've seen so far. Josh Martin in second, Timo DeWilt in third. Not much in it between him and Glennon Lee though. But what's looking like a very strong swim here for Edward Ormsby, pulling in front. He's being closely followed by Josh Martin of the City of Peterborough in lane number 4, who in turn is being followed by Luke Payne of Hatfield. 50 metres to go at the turn. It's going to be a very fast-paced race. Who has got the most energy left in the tank? But Edward Ormsby, he's making sure that he's carrying on that lead, a over 2 second lead there. Josh Martin in second, Glennon Lee in third. Edward doing a fantastic job here, looking very, very strong. Lots of power on that glide as he's starting to come into the closing stages of this race. Josh Martin of the City of Peterborough also looking strong, but it's not going to be enough to catch Edward in lane number 7 as he comes into his final 5 meters. His race is now against the clock, and it's going to be a 2:36.97 for Edward Ormsby. Josh Martin in lane number 2. In lane number 4, touching second, 2:41.48, and in third, Luke Payne, lane number 6, 2:43.06. And official confirmation there of the official result for heat number 8 of the men's 200 meters breaststroke. Moving on then to heat 9, referee. The entry times here all look incredibly familiar, not much in it at all. In lane 1, Antonio Gulami of Colchester. Lane 2, Oscar Howell of Brentford. Lane 3 from the City of St Albans goes Daniel Hollis. Lane number 4, Zach Trunhern from the City of Peterborough. Lane 5 of Norwich Swan is Lewis James. Lane 6, Leonard Turner of Biggleswade. Lane 7, Callum Kurani from Colchester. And in lane 8, George Lovelock of Hitchin. A very strong start then from Daniel Hollis in lane number 3, Lewis James in second, Antonio Gulami in third position here. Not much in between Dan Hollis and Louis James, but they're looking incredibly strong, those two, as they start to break away from the rest of the pack. Daniel Hollis just in front. Can he keep that lead up? 200 breaststroke is an absolutely exhausting event. You need to make sure that you've got the right pace. If you go out too fast, you will die, and that has happened many occasions. But Daniel Hollis just turns first, 1:15.35. Louis James second, 1:15.53. Leonard Turner in third. Daniel Hollis, though, starting to pull away from Louis James. In lane number 5, Daniel Hollis looking incredibly strong here. Lots of gliding there, conserving his energy perhaps for the final 50 meters, of which can make or break a 200. Louis James in second position. Abassal is on going for third, but Daniel Hollis, my goodness me, he is going incredibly, exceptionally well. 1:55.80. That's a 5-second gap that he has left Louis James in his wake. Oscar Howe in third position with George Lovelock, but Daniel Hollis, look at him powering away. That gap is getting ever larger as he comes down the pool into his final few strokes now. He's against the clock. He's entered on a 2:41.10. I think he is going to substantially beat that there. But Daniel Hollis of the City of St Albans coming into the final 5 meters here. It's going to be him against the clock. And he touched with a time of 2:36.86. An absolutely fantastic swim from him. Looks incredibly strong all of the way through there. Second position goes to George Lovelock of Hitchin, 2:45.84. And third position, Louis James, 2:46.10. Absolutely fantastic swimming there from Daniel Hollis of the City of St Albans. And official confirmation of that result is on your screen now. The penultimate heat of the 200 metres breaststroke, Heat 10, referee. In lane 1 from the city of Cambridge, Christopher Howe. Lane 2, Samuel Rennie from Braintree. Lane 3, Tyler Toombs from Chelmsford. Lane 4 from Hoddesdon, Dominic McCarthy. Lane 5, Harvey Hall from Devon. Lane 6, William Tozer from West Suffolk. Lane 7, Mark Milburn from Colchester. And in lane 8, Austin Lillywhite of Biggleswade. A really strong start here from Tyler Toombs in lane 3 and Dominic McCarthy in lane number 4. Dominic McCarthy turning first, Tyler Toombs second, Christopher Howe is third there. Not much in between those three boys on the upper left-hand side. Certainly worth noting, Mark Milburn of Colchester in lane 7 is on the outside. He's coming up on the outside, just beating Dominic McCarthy here onto this 200 metres breaststroke. A strong swim being shown by Austin Lillywhite of Biggleswade in lane number 8. It's going to be incredibly close to see where these chaps end. Mark Milburn takes the lead. Dominic McCarthy pushed back down to second. Austin Lillywhite in third. Tyler Toombs not far behind him at all. But it looks like Mark Milburn is going incredibly strong here. That back end speed really working for him. Dominic McCarthy trying to recover that lost ground which was made on that last 50 metres. Tyler Toombs though of Chelmsford in lane number 3, he's doing very well, being followed in lane 8 by Austin Lillywhite. But Mark Milburn, he's going to turn first. Dominic McCarthy behind him, about a second in that. Not much at all. Very strong swimming here. It looks like Mark Milburn is really strong. His stroke is absolutely beautiful. Dominic McCarthy doing his absolute utmost to chase him down, but it looks like Mark Milburn is going from strength to strength as he comes into his final few strokes now. He's going to be against the clock. He's on a entry time of 2:35.10. I think he is going to beat that. Mark Milburn, final 5 metres, still looking incredibly strong. Dominic McCarthy trying to recover that lead, but no, Mark Milburn takes the touch. 2:30.68. Dominic McCarthy in second, 2:32.04. And Tyler Toombs takes the third position, 2:38.97. Moving on to the timed final of the men's 200 metres breaststroke. This is Heat 11. In lane number 1 from Thurrock, Harrison Jarvis. In lane number 2 from Bishop Stortford, Bryn Cusa. In lane number 4 from Watford, Lewis Shaler. In lane number 4 from West Norfolk, Freddie Laws. In lane number 5 from the city of St Albans, William Loveman. In lane number 6 from West Norfolk, Luke Bryan. In lane number 7 from the city of Norwich, Olivia Vadrin. And in lane number 8 from West Suffolk, Henry Kinn. This is the timed final of the men's 200 metres breaststroke. Over to you, referee. Very strong starts there from these older gentlemen as they compete for the 200 metre breaststroke at this Festival of Swimming. Lewis Shaler in lane number 3 of Watford doing very well. Freddie Laws of West Norfolk in 4 also Keeping up, William Loveman in lane number 5. Not doing too badly at all. Lewis Shaler first, Olivier is second, Freddie Laws third, Brinkhuser is in fourth. Very good performance from Olivier here. He is right out in front with Lewis Shaler. Freddie Laws in lane number 4, trying to hunt down Lewis Shaler here, but Olivier is doing absolutely fantastic. Fantastic work. As he comes up to the 100-meter mark. And the split is going to be a 107.89. Lewis Shaler in second, 109.04. Freddie Laws, 110.11. That back end speed then for Olivier is really doing fantastic things here. It's not out of the woods yet. Lewis Shaler and Freddie Laws in 3 and 4, still hunting him down. Freddie Laws making sure that Lewis Shaler isn't going to get off scot-free. But Olivier of the City of Norwich in lane number 7 is doing absolutely fantastic. He's led the way over the last few lengths. That gap only about a second in between him and Lewis Shaler. Freddie Laws only a second between him and Lewis. It's going to be very fast swimming now. Olivier looking like he's giving everything. Lewis Shaler coming back incredibly strongly here. All of these three out in front looking very strong indeed, but it's going to be Olivier. He's battling it out against that, the pain that I imagine he's feeling in the water. It's going to be incredibly tight, but I think Olivier is going to be able to clinch it, and he is going to touch on a 2:22.96. Lewis Shaler of Watford in lane number 3 is second, 2:24.18. Freddie Laws follows him, 2:26.19. Some fantastic swimming there from those boys, particularly Olivier in lane number 7. That's an absolutely fantastic PB for him, about 1.5 seconds there. And look at that replay at the start. Onto the turn, Lewis Shaler there, Olivier Justin out in second, wasn't far behind, but look at that, those final few meters, that was what did it. Absolutely fantastic swing. An incredibly strong performance there from those three boys, particularly out in front. You know, that back end speed did them absolute wonders, as you can see on the stream in the replay. And what a finish. What an absolutely fantastic finish there, and a PB with that as well. And that concludes session 2A, the 200 meters breaststroke for the men. Looking forward to welcoming you all back for session 2B, and that will be the women's 200 meters butterfly, similar to the breaststroke in the sense that, you know, it's an incredibly tiresome event for the swimmers involved. And that will begin at 2:35, so we look forward to welcoming you back then. And in the meantime, get prepared, rewatch the live stream, have a look at our Twitter feed, go on to the results, heat sheets. Enjoy yourself during this break. Goodbye. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to session 2B of the Swimmingland East Region Festival of Swimming 2021. You join us here live at Sportspark, Norwich, where we're just about to begin the 200 meters, the women's 200 meters butterfly. We've had the 200 meters breaststroke, some absolutely outstanding times posted there, lots of PBs, lots of very happy swimmers, which is what we like to see, of course. Of course, the 200 meters butterfly, a very similar event to that, in that it's a very tiresome event. If you don't get the tactics right, it can be very unforgiving. But we hope that over the last few months, swimmers have been back in the water, practicing this, perfecting their tactics, and we shall soon see which swimmers have and which swimmers have not. the remainder of this session, I'm absolutely delighted to welcome our lead referee, Jerry Metcalf. On the poolside, she is joined by Ian Knight. The starter for today's session is, of course, Dave Robinson. My name is Ralph Muncer, and I'm delighted to be joined by the wonderful Chris Maloney of the City of Norwich, which is a fine city indeed. That's what it says on the sign, and I can testament to that. I'm also told that Norwich has the second highest cathedral spire in England. The first is, of course, Salisbury, so hopefully we won't be seeing any FSB agents coming to Norwich soon.
And so we get this session underway with event 122, the girls 200 metre butterfly heat number 1. Referee. So this event will be swum in a total of 8 heats. In this first heat, just the 3 swimmers. In lane 3, Charlize Harding from Norwich Swan. In lane 4, Sophie Nichols from City of Norwich. And in lane 5, Hannah Sedgwick from Chelmsford. The 200 metre butterfly, known in swimming circles as the killer event. One where the swimmers really have to dig deep into those energy reserves when they get into the latter stages. 4 lengths of the pool, and we can see Sophie Nichols for City of Norwich is quite a way out in front at the moment. Will she hold that pace? Remains to be seen. Sophie going through the 100 metre mark at 1:22.93. Charlize Harding coming into turn. She goes through at 1:32.07. And Hannah Sedgwick, she now turns in 1:41.8. So still out in front, Sophie Nichols for City of Norwich. She's going through the 150 metre turn now, 2:13.05. Her lead at the last time turn was 10 seconds. I feel that she has extended that a little further. Passing 13, 14, 14 seconds now. .25 metres to go for Sophie Nichols from City of Norwich. Sophie's posted entry time for this event 3:11.00. She's got just over 10 metres to go. Not quite going to go under 3 minutes, but it's still looking good for a PB. And Sophie Nichols comes in to complete . Well, we shall wait for official confirmation of the times, but Charlize Harding coming in to take second. There we go, 3:04.67 for Sophie, 3:18.6 for Charlize. Charlize's entry time at 3:39, so an excellent time for her. 15 metres to go for Hannah Sedgwick from Chelmsford. And Hannah comes in to complete the heat. Well done, swimmers. Just a very slight delay while a rogue hat is retrieved from the pool in lane 6. And so we have event 122, the girls 200 butterfly heat number 2. Referee. So we have in lane 1 Victoria Marchinek for West Norfolk. Lane 2 is Poppy McGill for Putteridge. Lane 3 Ella Edwards for Basildon Phoenix. Lane 4 Tiger Lily Donald for City of St Albans. Lane 5 is Chloe Barnard, Basildon Phoenix. Lane 6, Mia Macklin for Braintree. And in lane 8, it's Maya San Giorgio for City of Peterborough. Very quick first 50 for Poppy McGill there for Putteridge, 34. Ella second, Tiger Lily third. Poppy's lead some 2.5 metres or so as they come up to the halfway stage. Ella, Tiger Lily and Chloe all chasing hard, battling for second. But it is Poppy McGill going through the 100-metre turn at 1:19.46. That's 2.3 seconds clear of Tiger Lily Donald for St Albans second. Chloe in third, just half a metre behind. And now we can see Ella Edwards in lane 3 starting to challenge Poppy McGill for the lead as they head away from us. Pretty much level now as they approach the 150-metre mark. Chloe Barnard still third in lane 5, but it is Ella Edwards now for Basildon going through the final turn, just leading by 0.2. Chloe just a second behind Poppy in third. This is where it really starts to burn. Poppy coming back to challenge for the lead again. She's kicked for home. Can she hold it? Has Ella got anything left? Ella's being challenged now by Chloe Barnard. Poppy McGill for Putteridge pulling clear. Chloe Barnard challenging Ella Edwards for second now. Coming into the final 5. Poppy, I think, has timed it well. And she comes in to take the heat in 2:49.3. Who gets second? And Chloe Barnard taking it for Basildon Phoenix from teammate Ella Edwards in lane 3, who takes third. Event 122, the girls 200-metre butterfly, heat number 3. Referee. In lane 1 we have Eva Glynn for Hatfield, lane 2 Charlotte Shaw for Peterborough, lane 3 Maya Shackle for Watford, lane 4 Olivia Mahoney for Peterborough, lane 5 Florence Crowley for St Albans, lane 6 Megan Donovan for Peterborough, lane 7 Lexi Goodman for Basildon Phoenix, and in lane 8 it's Lexi O'Connor also for Basildon Phoenix. So early lead of Florence Crowley for St Albans with 33.8. Just a whisker ahead of Megan Donovan for Peterborough in lane 5. Going through the 100-metre turn, Florence, Megan and Lexi clear. 1:13.93 our leader, nearly a second clear. Lexi O'Connor for Basildon Phoenix in lane 8, challenging for second now as they head to the 150-metre mark. Still Florence Crowley for St Albans leading through the turn, 1:56.81. Megan second, Lexi O'Connor just a whisker behind in third. Then Charlotte Shaw fourth and Lexi Goodman fifth. On their way back for the final time. Megan Donovan for Peterborough challenging for the lead now, kicking for home. Florence trying to respond, but it looks like Megan's just coming through in the final 10 metres into the final 5. Megan Donovan for Peterborough is going to take the heat, and she does in 2:36.35. Florence Crowley taking second, Lexi O'Connor taking third. Event 122, the girls 200-metre butterfly, heat number 4. Referee. In lane 1 we have Louise Webster for Thurrock. In lane 2, Emily Hawksley for City of Ely. In lane 3, Charlotte Williams for Hatfield. Lane 4, Leonie Ammon for City of Cambridge. Lane 5, Jasmine Coleman for Norwich Swan. Lane 6, Lara Trahan for City of Peterborough. Lane 7, Georgia Holgate for City of Cambridge. And in lane 8, it's Ellie Burwood for St Felix. Charlotte going out very strongly indeed, 32-45 split from Georgia Holgate, City of Cambridge in second. Charlotte coming under pressure now from Georgia Holgate. Georgia going very well in lane 7, moving through to take the lead as they come to the half distance turn. Over she goes, 1:11.46, 1:12.8 for Charlotte, so nearly a second and a half lead. Excellent second 50 there from Georgia. Third is close between Lara Trahan and Jasmine Coleman. But it is City of Cambridge's Georgia Holgate in lane 7, pulling away strongly. Charlotte Williams holding on to second for Hatfield at the moment. Georgia Holgate going into the final turn at the 150-metre mark. She's pulled out quite a lead now. 5 seconds over Charlotte in second. Then Lara and Jasmine only half a second separating them, battling hard for third. 25 metres to go for Georgia Holgate. No one's going to catch her, she's well clear. Second still is Charlotte Williams for Hatfield. Coming under a little pressure though from Lara Trahan for Peterborough. Lara finishing strongly. It's going to be close as to who gets second. Georgia completes in 2:30.01. Charlotte digging deep into the final 5. It's going to be right down to the touch. But Charlotte holds on to take second. Lara Traherne takes third. And there you have confirmation of the results. Georgia Holgate takes it.
Moving swiftly on to heat number 5, referee. Only about a 5-second gap in between the fastest and the slowest in this heat. In lane number 1, Amara Addison from Norwich Swan. Lane 2, Anna Rumley from Flitwick. Lane 3, Romilly Marks from Newmarket. Lane 4, Grace Mason from Bishop Stortford. Lane 5, Victoria Daly from Watford. Lane 6, Sophie Fowler from Flitwick. Lane 7, Daisy Manning from Basildon and Phoenix. And her teammate in lane 8, Holly Hawkins, also of Basildon and Phoenix. Out on the first 50 then, Amara Addison touches first, 33.55. Daisy Manning in second, Romilly Marks in third. A number of these girls having done the 400 metres IM earlier on in the day. They're bound to feel tired, yet they're still doing an absolutely fantastic job. Here, Daisy Manning of Basildon and Phoenix, the orange hat of Basildon and Phoenix in lane 7, doing incredibly well here. She's managed to take the lead, followed in second position by Holly Hawkins, her teammate. And at the turn, 1:13.5. Holly Hawkins in second, 1:14.47. Amara Addison dropping down to third, 1:15.27. The girls of Basildon and Phoenix doing incredibly well here, looking really quite strong. The tiredness is going to start to kick in now as they come on to their final 50 metres. It's going to be emptying the tank with as much as they possibly can muster. But still in the lead, it's Daisy Manning of Basildon and Phoenix. She's the youngest swimmer in this heat and she's winning it thus far. Daisy Manning, Holly Hawkins, Addison in third. Not much in it, the gap has shortened here. Holly Hawkins going to be looking on her left-hand side to beat her teammate. I have no doubt that they've been doing this in training with the fantastic Dub Campbell. And Holly Hawkins just overtaking Daisy here as they start to come into the final leg of this 200 metres butterfly. An absolutely grueling event, truly. But it's going to be Holly Hawkins who's doing incredibly well here. Looking really strong as she comes into her final 5 metres now. And she's going to touch to a time of 2:39.90. We will, of course, make sure that we get official confirmation of those results in due course. But Holly Hawkins there, she just had that extra bit in her, that back-end speed, which really helped in the last 50 metres and allowed her to just pip her teammate there. Daisy Manning, 2:42.77 there, with Amara Addison in lane 1, 2:44.92. Moving on to heat 6, referee. In lane 1 from City of Peterborough, Hannah Wills. Lane 2, Olivia Church from Thurrock. Lane 3, Francesca Barber from Flitwick. Lane 4, Jessica Shaw from the City of Peterborough. Lane 5, Anna Fallon from Team Luton. Lane 6, Kate Cotter from Chelmsford. Lane 7, Cheryl Williams from West Suffolk. And in lane 8, Charlotte Smith from Norwich Swan. I know Kate Cotter in lane number 6 had a fantastic 400 metres individual medley earlier on. But at the turn, Hannah Willis is first, Cheryl Williams closely behind. And goodness me, in lane number 1, Hannah Willis on the outside doing an absolutely smashing job here. She's being hunted down by Cheryl Williams in lane number 7 as they start to come into the halfway stage now. Can these two girls hold on? Do they have enough energy left in the tank? We shall soon find out, ladies and gentlemen. But touching first, Hannah Willis just gets there. 0.5 behind is Cheryl Williams, and Jessica Shaw is in third. The stroke of Hannah in lane number 1 looking really strong here. Making sure that they're gliding, not too much energy exerted. Mind you, that's what it perhaps looks like here. I'm sure they're trying incredibly hard as she comes into her final 50 metres, making sure that gap between her and Jessica and Sherry's is substantial. But that's a 4-second gap there, not bad at all, and a fantastic position to be in. But it's going to be Hannah Willis who has led from the front, from the start, who looks really strong as she comes in here. But we must be aware of Jessica Shaw of Peterborough, both of them teammates here, as she comes into her final stages now. She's looking incredibly strong, making sure that the tank is empty, but it does look like Hannah is just going to take the touch here. And she does 2:30.15. Jessica Shaw, teammate of Hannah from the City of Peterborough, 2:32.06. And in third position, Kate Cotter of Chelmsford, 2:36.35. Some fantastic swims there, ladies. Well done. Moving on to the penultimate heat, Heat 7, referee. This penultimate heat of the women's 200 metres butterfly then. In lane 1 from Later Buzz and Gracie Trotter. Lane 2, Olivia Newen Baroness from Butteridge. Lane 3, Kiara Woolley from Colchester. Lane 4, Valeria Guerron from Hatfield. Leah White-Reitman in lane number 5 goes for West Norfolk. Menna Walmsley in lane 6 for Team Luton. Charlotte White for West Suffolk in 7. And in lane 8 from the City of Norwich, Katie Maloney. A great start for Olivia in lane number 1. Kiara in lane 3, closely following her there. Quite distinctive groups in the pool on the far left-hand side towards the window. That small group here, and of course the one on this side at the bottom of your screen, ladies and gentlemen. In lane 7 though, Charlotte White of West Suffolk going incredibly well. And as they come to the turn, it's going to be Olivia who manages to hang on to first position. Charlotte White in second. Kiara Wookie in third, with Menna Walmsley very, very closely behind her, as well as Katie Maloney. But Olivia in lane number 2, she's carrying on here. Looks like she's got plenty more to go in the tank. She'll be focusing on trying to improve that lead, making sure that she's in a safe position, making sure that she's aiming for, of course, a personal best. So Olivia turns onto her final 50 metres there. Charlotte White in second, Menna Walmsley in third, Leah Whiteman and Katie Maloney in fourth and fifth respectively. But it is Olivia Newman, Baroness, in lane number 2, of whom we're looking at this moment in time. Looking like she's quite tired at the moment here. Is she going to be able to hang on as Charlotte White of West Suffolk comes and tries to hunt her down? Coming into the closing stages of this race, then it's been incredibly close. Olivia has led from the front, from the off, and it looks like she's going to finish in front. A time of 2:30.97. Charlotte White in second position, 2:31.98. A second in that between first and second. And Menna Walmsley of Team Luton, third position, 2:32.22. And the official results on your screen now, ladies and gentlemen. The final heat then, which is of course heat number 8 and is a time final for the women's 200 metres butterfly. In lane number 1 from Basildon and Phoenix, Tia Gardner. In lane number 2 from City of Cambridge, Matilda Ransom. In lane number 3, also of the City of Cambridge, Zara Keegan. In lane number 4, from Hatfield, Sarah Kowalska. In lane number 5, from Hatfield, Shannon Stott. In lane number 6, from Basildon and Phoenix, Rebecca Howe. In lane number 7, from the City of Peterborough, Harriet Salisbury. And in lane number 8, from Basildon and Phoenix, Ruby Wheeler. This is the time final of the women's 200 metres butterfly. Over to you, referee. A fantastic start there for Shannon Stott. The last one up, and it's made sure that she's in front. What a fantastic stroke for her. In lane number 1 though, we've got Tia Gardner of Basildon and Phoenix. She's looking incredibly strong. On her, on the far side, Ruby Wheeler, also of Basildon and Phoenix, in lane number 8 as they come to the 50-metre turn. Shannon Stott in front, 30.25. Tia Gardner follows, 31.54. And Matilda Ransom in third. Ruby Wheeler closely following behind her. Shannon Stott, though, still in front, still making sure that that lead is comfortable. And every stroke she takes, she is ensuring that that distance between her and the next competitor is further and further away as she's coming into her halfway stage here. She turns on a 104.22, absolutely fantastic swim there. That underwater really helping. Harriet Salisbury of the City of Peter at 108.80, 4 seconds behind Shannon Stott. Matilda Ransom in lane number 3 in third position, but Shannon Stott flying away here. Looking incredibly strong even after that 100 metres. Only a few strokes to go until we're on the final 50 metres, but Shannon Stott flying away, as I've said. Harriet Salisbury and Matilda Ransom in 7 and 2, doing fantastically well here. All of the girls, none of them are looking tired at all, going from strength to strength, but Shannon Stott, absolutely fantastic turn, 139.41, looking really strong coming here. The stroke there, just making sure she's inching ever closer to the far wall. Her competition is nowhere in sight. The competition is the clock. It is the time. Her entry time 2:15.50. It's going to be very, very tight here, but as she comes into her final 5 meters, it's going to be very, very close. And she touches with a time of 2:15.75, an absolutely sensational swim from Shannon Stott of Hatfield. A great swim from Matilda Ransom of the City of Cambridge, 2:24.15. Harriet Salisbury, very, very close there in third position, 2:25.17. What an absolutely superb race there. Well done to Shannon Stott. A fantastic dive from her. She was in front all of the way. That turn, that underwater really, really helped to cement her lead. And when it mattered, she just powered on through. Looking at that footage, absolutely unbelievable. What a finish there as well. Congratulations to her, congratulations to all of those girls. Warm up for the next session will be at 3:35, and of course we would love to welcome you back to session 3 of the Swim England East Region Festival of Swimming at 4:10. So please do join us at that time for some more absolutely fantastic and fast swimming.
Okay, swimmers and coaches, the pool is now open for swim down if you want. We have 10 minutes for swim down.